Hey, this is Greg with Fit for Expedition. We're out on Willard Springs Road. We've been here before. It's a dispersed camping area. It's in the Coconino National Forest. We're actually herding cattle right through the camp area here near Munds Park. I've stayed here a few times before. This is the first time I've seen that. I mean, you see cattle, but you don't see them herding them. Just getting ready to put everything away. Actually, I already put everything away except for my Starlink. So I gotta get that now. Had a fire here last night. Rained off and on just slightly. So mostly spent the evening inside of the truck because I have Starlink and I have Roku and I have Hulu. So I just hung outside and watched Hulu last night. This is about 19 miles south of Flagstaff. So pretty close drive. If you have a tow behind, you can, drive into town easily. And with this small truck, it's only 25 feet long. I can drive this in and out, no problem. But if you are trying to park in the field out in the sun, because you're making sure you have solar, this whole area out here is where you want to be, because it's just a clearing out in the sun. And there's grass out here. It's pretty nice. I try to check my fluids every few days when I'm traveling. I just had the oil changed a couple weeks ago, so it's really clean. It's hard to see on the dipstick. And radiator coolant, it's pretty good level. Right there where the cold fill is. So I think we're good to go. I'm actually riding solo on this trip. Kelly's not with me. She had to stay back in Tucson for work. And I wanted to go see a few bands. I went and saw Green Jelly last week in Glendale, Arizona. Three Bad Jacks in Flagstaff, Arizona. And I started the trip out last Wednesday, and I saw King Parrot at the Nile Theater in Mesa, Arizona. And that's what we like to do, is we like to go see bands. And probably most of you don't even know the names of these bands. Most people listen to stuff on the radio. It's like a big, it's just kind of like a big marketing machine. Everybody listens to the same music. Everybody sees the same concerts. That's why it's $100 a ticket and there's 30,000 people crammed into a stadium or an arena or more. But the bands I go to see are usually like 1,500, 2,000 or less. They are on independent labels. They haven't been part of the marketing system, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying anything wrong with it. But the radio is just a tool for the labels, and the labels make money off of downloads. The bands don't make money off of their music anymore. Really, they make money off of their concerts. That's why concerts are now $60 to $100 a ticket. But the bands I go to see, their tickets are $30 or less. And you probably heard of Green Jelly though, because Green Jelly had this, it used to be called Green Jello, but they got sued. But they had a song called Three Little Pigs. It's just basically the nursery rhyme, Three Little Pigs, but they changed some of the words to it. And that was back in the 90s. Yeah, I'm going back to Phoenix now. I'm actually going to Tempe, Arizona. So this will be the fourth town on our trip here, and where we see music. And I'm going to see two bands, and that's Slapshot and Sheer Terror, and those are punk bands. And that's my favorite genre. So I've seen Sheer Terror before. Slapshot I've never seen. I've always wanted to, so it's kind of cool. And the cool thing about this is, shh, don't tell anyone. But they're playing at the Yucca Tap Room, And I have stayed in the parking lot there before with no problems. In fact, I woke up in the morning, looked out my window, and there was a police officer right on the other side of the parking lot doing paperwork in his car. So don't think there's any issues there. So I'm gonna try and do that again tonight. And yes, it's October, so you would think it'd be kind of warm in Phoenix, Tempe, Arizona, but it's actually only supposed to be in the 60s tonight. So I should be able to open my back window and turn on my fantastic fan and pull some cool air through. So it's gonna take a little over 2 hours to get down there to the Yucca Tap Room in Tempe. So I am getting ready to leave. It's only at 1:30, but I don't want to hit all that rush hour traffic. They do have good burgers and good beers at the Yucca Tap Room. So I'll probably get there early and try and get some food, but I'm just putting the rest of my stuff away. Don't let me forget about the Starlink. I gotta make sure I put that away, and then we're gonna hit the road. Look at how close one of those cows apparently got to my Starlink this morning. That is called the cow pie, and that is called the Starlink. There was actually hair on there in the cow. If you're wondering how one of these comes apart, there's a little button right there. That's what holds it in. That little spacer has that little pop-out spring thing, and then right here, it's a little slot, a little protrusion. That's how you know what goes right here. That's where the slot is. Stopped off at this rest area to switch to a t-shirt from my sweatshirt because I'm moving from northern Arizona to southern central Arizona. It's hotter, a lot hotter. Look at that view. And they have these binocular things. I have binoculars in my truck, so if I really wanted to look, I could do that.